All right, go for it.
Good morning, everyone. It's V the Grill Economist coming to you live with my main man, El Cuco. We will give you the news, the views, and all the information important to you. RogueMoney.net is where you find us. Rogue Money on YouTube, Facebook, Steemit, DTube, every single podcasting app and platform known to humanity. We're even on Apple News, as well as iTunes. We're everywhere you'd want us to be. With that being said, check out our sponsors, thecryptoschool.io. Thecryptoschool.io. There's a lot of moving and shaking going on in the cryptoverse. You want to stay ahead of the game. Whether you're a newbie, we have a over 20 video curriculum with over 20 videos in there. Go to thecryptoschool.io, click on the video education series, and boom, you are there. Also, check out, if you're ready to trade, check out the Watch Us Trade Room. Click that link, and it will take you right to the Watch Us Trade Room where you can join up with Crypto Z and Crypto Cowboy while they kick butts and take profits. You know what I'm saying? So that is a place to get that done. Thecryptoschool.io. Later today, the boys will be on. I think probably 1 p.m. Today, Eastern Time, around 1-ish. We'll be going live with the crypto boys, and we'll be hitting it out of the ballpark. With that out of the way, El Cuco, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, V. Doing great. The weather's nice here. It's sunny. Had a great weekend. Hopefully, all of our listeners had a great weekend. How was yours?
It's good, man. It was a great day, dude. I actually had a great night's sleep. I don't know what happened, but it was pretty good, bro. I slept well for once in God knows how long, you know?
Good for you. Good for you.
Yep. Absolutely, bro. So, where do we begin, Siege? It's Monday. There are many FBI guys that are not returning to work today. It seems finally, I must say, CJ, that Peter the Sexter Strzok and Lisa Horseface Page are no longer reporting to their offices in the FBI. The FBI is refusing to pursue work-related text messages and emails sent to the personal devices for Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. The FBI lovebirds, CJ, are whacked alongside a whole litany of people who just got purged from the FBI. That's a good thing, bro. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's great. Now it's time to move forward with prosecution, right? I mean,
something's got to give, man. Something has got to give. I mean, this is I think it's today or sometime this week. You have the Inspector General who's been running his investigations into the State Department and the FBI is going to be coming forward with his entire report on what he's discovered to prove. And this is big. To prove if there was a political motive to the investigation of not only Donald Trump, but the political motive of letting Hillary Clinton go free. That is huge. That is absolutely massive. You know, so that's a good. So, what's your take on that, Siege?
Yeah, I mean, I just hope it moves forward. You know, the Inspector General will share their findings with the majority of Congress, the majority of every single living person breathing knows, except for Jeff Sessions at this point, right? So even when the AG comes forward, the Inspector General comes forward and shares this information, there will still need, hopefully that provides the groundwork for finally to rattle Sessions to, move forward with some of these, these prosecutions. But it's interesting, V, because also the FBI is refusing to turn over certain parts of the investigation to show how the devices, the personal devices, the personal text messages, emails were utilized, for FBI work, which is another, again, I don't know what it is. Why do we continue to see Hillary, Obama, they all use their personal devices and their, gosh, I remember when I worked for, corporations, I mean, all these things were pretty much, locked down. How many times did you sign off on policies and procedures regarding your personal devices and using it for any type of, documents, work related? I mean, shoot, if this was the average person, we would have been gone by now.
We've been in jail, man. We've been, you and I would be trying to dodge Bubba in prison.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I used to use my calendar on my phone because it was just so much easier. So what I would do is I would tag myself on a calendar thing for work related, right? So like meetings,
Yeah.
appointments, so it would flag me, and like the surveillance state captured that, and they're like, we see that you were sending calendar things to your personal device. Stop doing that. It's like, okay, so here these people are like openly talking about, hey, this is going to be my approach. This is what I'm going to go in and talk to the director about. What are your thoughts? And so they're using personal devices. So again, this information, has to be turned over, but we still need Jeff Sessions to begin the
Yeah.
prosecution stage of these individuals in order for us to move forward.
But we could always trust Sessions, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting you said
I
that
mean,
because
we can trust Mr. Magoo, right?
let me bring this up real quick. Yeah, and it's interesting you made that statement because we learned over the weekend that House Intel Chair Nunes plans to hold AG Sessions in contempt for ignoring a subpoena. So over the weekend, Nunes called into Fox and Friends show and disclosed the fact that Sessions has been ignoring for 2 weeks ago, and per usual, it was ignored. He has sent information in regards to the FISA investigation. So last week we sent a subpoena, and then on Thursday we discovered that they are not going to comply with our subpoena. So they will have to go to the courts. I mean, gosh, let's think of other AGs and other individuals who refuse subpoena from Congress. So like Eric Holder, Loretta Lynch. I mean, you would think that the Dems were still in charge when it comes to the actual prosecution stage with the actual Department of Justice. I just don't get it, V.
Absolutely correct, my man. Absolutely correct. And the whole entire thing is you got to ask yourself a question: who the hell is Devin Nunes, right? Devin Nunes is the guy who's been on the forefront, who's been exposing all of these things from Jump Street. Devin Nunes is the guy who's been catching a ridiculous amount of ridicule for his stance. Devin Nunes is the guy who put his neck on the line, his skin in the game. He's doing everything he can in his power to expose these criminals. He's doing everything. Has Sessions even said one damn negative thing against Hillary? Has he?
I don't think so. Not that I can recall.
I don't think so either, man. Let me just do a real quick thing. Sessions, Hillary comments. Let me just see what Jeff Sessions has said. If there is anything that Jeff Sessions on Hillary Clinton, right? And the last thing, this is posted. Okay. This is from Real Clear Politics, right? Sessions, he says, Sessions admits there's not enough evidence for the FBI to investigate Hillary. Hillary Clinton unleashed foul-mouthed tirade on Trump debate prep Sessions. Sessions won't take sides on GOP demands for Clinton probe. Sessions pushes back on calls for Clinton special counsel. Sessions pushes back on Trump after disgraceful insult. Sessions considers second special counsel to investigate Republicans. Denounces it. This is Sessions, right? This is just the ridiculousness of the whole entire thing with Jeff Sessions. But give him some marijuana to go after. Oh, he is there, CJ. He's there. Not only for wacky weed, not only for reefer madness. Sessions is ready to go. Give him that, and give him some civil asset forfeiture, and he's got a hard on like you would not believe.
This is like a bad soap opera. This is like a bad soap opera that they keep regurgitating the same BS time and time. I mean, this has been going on for like a year and a half now with, investigations, and this is going to happen. And these players that just continue to not comply with things. And so that's why, we've been so hard on the entire, QAnon and then the Anons with the, trust AG Sessions, trust the plan, all these things that And I know, and I agree with our audience, because they're like, could you please stop with this whole Q stuff? We get it. It's just, it gets frustrating because there's this massive amount of people that daily tune in and are listening to these live streams, 24/7. And so, I'm a realist. I want to see people in handcuffs. I want to see them sitting in front of a prosecuting attorney, getting nailed and getting prosecuted for the crimes that were committed. And again, I just look at this as like, gosh, this over and over, this massive distractions, and is it, keeping us, tuned in and just keeping us optimistic? It's like just continually dangling the carrot in front of us. And I don't know, V. I can't wait for this day to happen. I don't know if we're going to get it, but again, I think that one of the first steps has to be to get rid of Jeff Sessions. He has got to go.
You know what? Absolutely correct, my man. And here's the deal, right? So this is a call with Fox and Friends, and this is what Nunes said, because this whole FISA thing is huge. This is why is Devin Nunes going off like a pit bull? He's going. He is fixated like a pit bull on the FISA thing. Why the FISA thing, right? Because the FISA thing is the string. It is the loose string that's hanging out on this whole entire conspiracy charge. That you pull that, the entire thing unravels. Nunes knows that. He sniffs the blood. He knows there's blood in the water. He knows the bleeding out is going on. So the FISA thing, if there's anything that you can get on these guys that has them dead to rights, it's FISA. It's FISA. You pull on FISA, and the whole house of cards come apart. That's where the string is at. Everything else is too buttoned up. It's too convoluted. There's nobody talking. This is the kink in the armor. This is what's led to the firing of the FBI agents over the weekend.
Yeah.
So last week.
Good.
So this is what Nunes says. So last week we sent a subpoena. Then on Thursday we discovered that they are not going to comply with our subpoena of very important information that we need. The only thing left that we can do is that we have to move quickly to hold the Attorney General of the United States in contempt, and that is what I'm going to press for this week. Nunes said the information his committee seeking is classified. And this is the problem with a lot of this investigation. Look, because of the way they conducted the investigation, most of this information is quote-unquote classified. But because this is so important, I'm not going to take away any excuse to say, oh, we're harming national security. How many times have we heard that argument throughout this entire investigation? We have to take people to court to get the information. We shouldn't have taken, we shouldn't have had to take Fusion GPS to court in order to find out that the Democrats and the Hillary Clinton campaign paid for the dirty dossier. Remember the dirt that was used to get the FISA warrant on the Trump campaign? These are things that people are forgetting, that people need to, it needs to be brought to the forefront of people's thinking. We should have had to do that, and we're just not going to take this nonsense of every time we peel something back, every time we need information, we get ignored, we get stalled, we get stonewalled, and then lo and behold, we get accused of because we're going to destroy the nation's ability to keep it secure. These guys do the most criminally insane things and then scream national security to cover their asses. And Nunes is saying, yo, we're sick of that. So let me ask you a question, folks. Who is fighting for the people? Who is fighting to unravel the deep state? Is it Sessions? Is it Reefer Madness Sessions? Or is it Devin Nunes? Hell, fire Sessions and put Nunes in as the AG.
Exactly. Someone, right?
Someone. Put Trey Gowdy in. Put somebody in who's going to actually do something instead of the stupid Mr. Magoo. So we've been in discussions over the weekend with our General Counsel of the United States Congress. Now, remember, we did this with Lois Lerner. We did this with Attorney General Holder. But I think it's going to be a much different case here, where I can't imagine that the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, is going to defend not providing pertinent documents, very important documents to Congress. Nunes says he doesn't know if Sessions is aware of the committee's latest requests for classified information. I think we need to talk to the Attorney General, make sure he understands the significance of this request. I've already talked to the director of the FBI that we need this request, so this can't continue where we don't get information in a timely manner. And like I said, everything we've tried to get, they've tried to stop us from getting. This is a problem. This is a problem. Jeff Sessions is doing everything he can to absolutely block Stonewall. You name it. You name it. Okay? So that is the whole entire thing here, folks. That is the whole entire thing here. Jeff Sessions is somehow, he's playing free safety and he's blocking any sort of investigation here. But trust Sessions. Trust Sessions. Like, how does this fit, man?
It's just so funny. Yeah, it's so funny you said that, because I was just thinking about football when you said he's playing safety. It's like this is like a game where the ball's like on the 50-yard line, right? And and it gets moved to to the 30, the 20, but yet we don't have that one person. We don't have that one field goal. The kicker that can even kick a field goal and at least get 3 points on the board, right? This is like a never-ending saga, and again, it just is very frustrating because we know what the end game is for the Democrats, right? We know that their end game is to get Trump in office. They are not going to settle for anything less. That is their full thing that they're going after. And we're on this side saying, well, we want full prosecution. I mean, it's a great catch-all. Think about the players that had to be involved with the surveillance state illegally, on an American citizen. So not only Donald Trump, but it impacts all of us. So Obama, you have, Comey, all these players that were involved, the Clintons that paid for this, all this criminality that's there, but yet where is it? It doesn't get talked about. There's no one ever that's, arrested. There's no courts. There's nothing being involved in. And I don't know what type of limits Congress has. I know that they can recommend or they can continue providing things, but I'm not sure that there is a prosecution arm. That's why they need the Department of Justice to become involved to hold these people accountable. I don't want to see necessarily people just lose their jobs. That's not enough for me, B. I want to see these people in jail. I think our listeners want to see it. I think the American public wants to see it. And it's time. I mean, it's way past time to move forward.
The whole thing is this. This will be a massive morale boost for any American who has a brain. Any American who believes in the rule of law, and this is either liberal or conservative or libertarian, if you believe in the rule of law, this is a major morale boost, because for several decades, individuals like those that are in the deep state have skirted justice and have skirted the laws and have skirted the rules. So it will be a wonderful thing to reinforce to us who have a very, very low viewpoint, who have a very, very low morale when it comes to justice in this country. There is no, it's not a racial divide that pisses me off. It's a socio divide. It's a class divide. I'm not talking about rich and poor here. I'm talking about insiders and networked individuals versus those who are simply not. Okay? Networked and inside individuals versus those who are simply not. And I am tired of these individuals skating. I am tired of them having simply a slap on the wrist. Jail and prosecution will be the greatest. I would love to have a firing squad. I'd love to see them hanged. I'd show up with popcorn. I'd be in the front row just eating popcorn, waiting for the hanging of the Clintons. Oh my God, I would love that. I would be cheering. I'd be doing cartwheels. I'll even do the peanut butter peanut butter jelly time dance. Siege. I'd even do that, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I hadn't listened to any of the shows in quite a while, but I had some windshield time this past weekend a couple of times. So I did listen to Alex Jones, and he did share that he has been, in direct contact with Trump, because of the entire Syria thing, the little bit of fallout that he had. And, he delivered a very straightforward message to Trump to say, listen, we're not sure if you see this or not, but, you've got to go on the offensive. You've got to do this. You can't just keep taking blow after blow. And he's under, a major tax right now by a bunch of frivolous lawsuits. And they're also going after Roger Stone right now. He was actually announced on Friday as the nationally on national television that, hey, we're going after Roger Stone. And so Roger quit, didn't do his weekend trip he had planned with his grandson or his godson, I'm sorry, to go on and talk about these things that are happening. So apparently Trump listened and said, yes, I agree. It's time to go on the offensive. It's time to get these things accomplished, and hopefully we will see either Sessions, get replaced. And now Alex didn't say that. I'm just saying from my perspective. But you're exactly right, V, with what you said. We need some hope. We need something to help us to keep pushing this narrative forward to counter, because there is a war going on right now. There is a coup inside going on, and it's against the sitting American president. So for the criminality to be exposed, for the arrest to happen, let's do this. Let's make it happen.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Speaking about going on the offensive, okay, this just hot off the press. President Donald Trump has seized the opportunity to gloat about a pair of legal victories last week that raised the questions about the Mueller probe's credibility. We all know this. If you haven't heard, there were 2 federal judges who threw out Mueller's case because it's stupid. It's stupid. It's an overreach of the most grandest scale, and it's a witch hunt. There's nothing there. And these judges in the right state of mind said, this is stupid. This is a witch hunt. This is ridiculous. Who's giving you this type of authority? And why is it? And one of the Judge Warren Ellis, Judge Ellis from New York said this. He said, listen, I'm going to give you 2 weeks to give me all the materials and documents you have for review. And Mueller seems like, well, that's classified. We have a lot of, and it's redacted. And then Ellis said, well, I want the unredacted one. I don't care. And I'll be the judge of what's national security and not. So that's a great thing. Okay. That is a great thing. So now Trump just lashed out on 13 angry Democrats, a group that includes people involved in the Mueller probe, including Special Agent Peter Strzok, who was removed after sending anti-Trump texts to his mistress. But most importantly, Trump also hinted that there might soon be another embarrassing revelation about conflicts of interest involving Mueller and his investigations. And Trump tweeted out, the Russian witch hunt is rapidly losing credibility. House Intelligence Committee found no collusion, coordination, or anything with Russia. So now the probe says, okay, what else is there? How about obstruction? A made-up phony crime. There is no obstruction. It's called fighting back. The 13 angry Democrats, this is what Trump is saying, in charge of the Russian witch hunt are starting to find out that there is a court system in place that actually protects people from injustice. And just wait till the courts get to see your unrevealed conflicts of interest. This is good. But it has to lead to destruction. It has to lead to the complete unraveling of the entire apparatus of the deep state. You see, you just simply cannot go in there and then clean up the spider webs while leaving the spiders intact. You got to kill the spiders. Otherwise, the webs come right back. And that's the situation here, man.
1,000%. Absolutely. And
speaking of a deep stater, I think this is a joyous news for you and I, Siege. To his dying breath, McCain regrets picking Palin, wants Pence, but not Trump at the funeral. I can't wait till this bastard dies. Dude, do you have your cuervo ready, bro, for this?
It's going to be a party, right? I mean, the arrogance of this guy to, apparently they're making some type of a documentary on him as well. So this documentary is going to happen around the time of his death. It's going to obviously be his legacy, but we're out to destroy any type of false narrative that this criminal, yes, I want to see him, 6 feet under, so that way I can spit on his grave.
Absolutely correct, my man. And here's the deal. Okay, I want everything from this a-hole, this anti-American scumbag to be revealed and declassified. I want all those audio recordings that he's done for the North Vietnamese at that time, back in Vietnam, that led to the shoot down and capture of American airmen. I want that revealed. Because this guy, ever since he's been quote-unquote senator, he's been working tirelessly to undermine us. He is a proponent of war. This guy's a psycho and a sycophant. I want him exposed. This is a guy, John, John McCain, Senator McCain, it could not happen to a nicer person. You have a sick mind, so thus God has given you a rotting disease of your brain. So that is a great thing, Siege, and I can't wait till he drops dead.
Yeah, and of course he regrets picking Palin, because ever since the election, she's been out saying that how handcuffed she was during that election, where he wasn't out to really win the election. He was just out to raise. I mean, I can't remember what
He was out to raise money.
About the total sum of dollars that left. Yeah, he didn't want to spend any, and all that money went into his, what is it, the McCain Institute, in Arizona. So that's what he was doing it for, was just the money. That's it.
Yeah. He doesn't care. He has no desire to be president. He doesn't care. He cares about the money. He has no desire to be anything else but have the money. That's all Johnny Boy McCain cares about, is the money. I can't wait till he's dead. I want his evil. I mean, those of us that are in the know understands the evil of this man's deeds. So this is a good thing anyway.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, my man. Let's cover one more thing. What do you want to cover, man? We'll call it quits, and we have London Paul coming up.
You pick your call, wherever you want to go with it. It's perfectly fine.
Let's talk about FedCoin. Yeah,
go for it.
U.S. wrapping its head around the idea of a FedCoin cryptocurrency. Can a technology initially intended as a way to circumvent existing financial architecture be adopted by the market's most powerful player? A former Federal Reserve governor who was Trump's shortlist to lead the Fed prior to the appointment of Jerome Powell has asserted that a U.S.-backed cryptocurrency is not only a doable but advisable. Can the potentially earth-shaking financial move be far off? Kevin Warsh, the governor of the Fed between 2006 and 2011, suggested that the cryptocurrency and blockchain technology are arguably the future of money, and noted that the world's biggest financial institutions are headed toward a level of participation that will alter the playing field. Motivated by deep mistrust of the banks that control the world's money supply, and evangelists of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have long advocated the technology's use as a way to sidestep the gatekeepers and take control of one's own cash flow. Now, Warsh and many of the powerful who operate at his level suggest that the U.S. generate its own cryptocurrency called FedCoin. See, if the U.S. creates its own coin, why would they call it FedCoin? Why do they call it U.S. coin? God, if that doesn't tell you who the owners of this whole entire scheme are for FedCoin, I don't know what is.
It is. It's just, yeah, almost embarrassing. Yeah. So they have this mentality. They believe that people trust the Federal Reserve. So let's call it the FedCoin.
Yeah, let's call it the FedCoin. So it's the most hilarious thing in the world, my man. It's like these guys don't get it. People are in cryptocurrencies because they're trying to get away from bastards like Kevin Warsh. They're trying to get away from Kevin Warsh and the Ben Bernankes of the world. They're trying to get away from the Jamie Dimons and the Chases and the Goldman Sachs of the world. They're trying to get away from Wall Street. Now, all of a sudden, they think if they create FedCoin, that everybody will be happy and hunky-dory and they'll want to use it. No, except sycophants who love the system are going to use it. Okay, we're at a very critical point in the fight of cryptocurrency versus establishment currency. Okay, it's a very, very pivotal point, and I think these guys today at 1 p.m. the Crypto Boys are going to be discussing a lot of this. Especially, they got some details on some inside musings, especially with the SEC and the CFTC meeting today. So it's going to be very interesting. We are, again, if we just stop participating with these idiots and start building out our own platforms, which we have, and start actually utilizing, which we should, as much cryptocurrency as possible, we will lead the way to a decentralized world in which we all benefit. It's a very empowering thing. And you got these sick controllers who want to keep you on the PlayStation. With that being said, Siege, let's wrap it up. We got our main man, London Paul, coming up. So that should be great. And with that being said, we're over and out, my man.